What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Madden Underground Podcast. Your boy, Brian James. And I'm back with my guys, B-Guard and Philly Guy. What's good, B-Guard? What's good, Philly?
What's going on?
What's up, B?
What you laughing about?
I'm laughing at you. You finally come on back on the show, and you got your Eagles hat.
I'm
just waiting for you.
I never get asked onto the podcast anymore. Like, y'all are too good for me.
Oh, right.
Like, you know what? We got Phoenix now. That's what y'all are saying.
Well,
that's not what we said.
Money. You chose the money over us.
Y'all weren't paying.
You where the money? Yeah. You where the money reside now.
Yeah.
But anyways, we gotta get right to it, man, because you know, you did a lot of talking during the season, especially during the draft. You laughed at my pain, my misery, and then not only did you do that, the player that you acquired from us added to that misery and pain. He sent the entire Titans starting unit on both sides of the ball tickets to the Super Bowl. So I thought that was extremely disrespectful on his behalf to send the team tickets to the Super Bowl. He didn't send 2 tickets. He only sent 1 per player. So it wasn't like they could even bring a guest. It was just, okay, come watch me show out, and you guys didn't make it, haha, laugh moment, you know. So I thought that was extremely funny, but at the same time, extremely disrespectful. So how do you feel about that?
I love it. I mean, I love having a number one receiver that has that much confidence in himself and is that arrogant to send his former team Super Bowl tickets as a reminder of this could have been you. It could have been your team, Brian James. It could have been your team.
It could have been. I was extremely disappointed and extremely hurt at the same token. But when you guys lost, I actually wanted A.J. Brown to do good. When he caught the touchdown pass, I was excited for him. I was celebrating. I realized he was no longer a Titan. This wasn't my team playing. But it was still a good game. And I thought had the Eagles stuck with the run a little bit more and done a better job at focusing on that, they may have made it to the big. They may have won the actual game.
I disagree. I think the difference was the defense for Philly in the second half just couldn't stop a nosebleed. And so it's really hard to win a game when you can't stop someone. And there were the 2 touchdowns Mahomes threw in the second half. No one was within 10 yards of the guy, which is shocking to me.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, defense didn't hold up. That's what cost us the game. Wasn't a flag, wasn't offense. When you put 35 points up, you expect to win.
Yeah. I agree.
That's facts.
I agree. We got Snipes in the building. What's good, Snipes?
What's good, man? What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
So I just want to Snipes, if we punch you in the chest, are we getting the fire mushroom?
Yeah.
Getting the star? You know what I'm saying? What's coming out?
You're getting all of it. You're getting all
of it. And lunch. And the lunch.
And lunch. Yeah. And lunch.
Hey, Snipes, I don't know if you saw, but B-Guard took time out of his busy schedule. Come and speak to us today.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Glad to see you, brother.
Yeah, I don't get no invite. I thought I had one ally in here. Like, hey, nobody asked. Hey, where's B-Guard been? Nobody asked that.
A lot of people have been inquiring about your absence. And I told them he went soul searching. But after I beat him in a game of Madden, I told him all kind of lies. I told him that I blew you out by 75. You didn't know what to do. I said it was a mutt game. You know, he had all the abilities. I had none. You know what I mean? Everything that was so far fetched, I told them to, hoping they would believe it. Some of them believed it, some of them didn't. But
yeah, whatever.
No, but you actually won a playoff game today. You actually looking pretty hot, not appearance wise, but in the game of Madden. You look like you were ready. You came prepared. You were up against a team with an extremely high-powered run game, and you found some way to box it. What was your motivation for this game?
Couple things.
Okay.
So, a couple weeks ago, MP did a little tagathon in the Discord where he was calling out everybody in the Discord. And in the Discord, he said I got soft. And I didn't really think much of it, And then a couple days ago, when you Brian James, when we were looking at all the matchups, and you got to my matchup, and you said I like Trey.
Yeah, I did. I did say that.
I'm gonna tell you, and then I'll tell you, I talked a lot of trash on that stream.
You did. You did talk a lot of trash on that stream.
Because I was offended. I was offended that you thought somebody with a 1940s storming Normandy Beach ass offense could beat me.
Oh wow! I wonder if Trey for Life is here.
And I said it on stream. Yeah, he got a good run game. What happened when he passed, Philly? I know you were in there. What happened?
He made a couple of completions.
Not
enough to win though.
There's a lot of dots to the ops. I will tell you that right now.
You got so the score was 20-14, and Trey for Life had the ball, and B-Guard was quiet because Cal Bear put in the chat that Trey was going to win 21-20.
Yeah, and then the very next play, he throws a pick, and then I throw a touchdown, and I said, "Is that 21-20 still in play?"
He did. Trey for Life blew it. He had an opportunity. He was coming back against B-Guard. He had the chat on fire. He couldn't close out the deal.
Wow.
I know he's going to work on that in the offseason. But it was a good game. It was a good game.
So I was offended that you picked somebody with a World War II offense.
Jesus Christ. You called him World War II? That antique?
World War II offense and a cover zero. You know what I call cover zero?
What'd you call it?
A blitz and pray. Blitz and pray. Because that tells me you have no defense whatsoever, and you're hoping that blitz comes through. Because if it doesn't, someone's going to be open.
Hey,
a lot of people running open.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe it was MP's, writing his letter to Santa.
You.
Or maybe it was me.
No.
Maybe it was
Part
me.
of it. Part of it.
Maybe it was
both
me.
Of y'all.
But
both of you.
I will say this. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing out of B-Guard. B-Guard came in here. He talking reckless right now. That was only one game. That was the wild card matchup. He was supposed to win that game. He had a whole game. He was supposed to win.
I feel like.
Oh no, you were the away team.
I feel like I was the away team.
Oh, you're supposed to lose.
I was the away team.
Okay, I give you that.
Because this is what I feel. I feel like I've been really quiet, not real trash talky in the Discord. GGs and that's it. And I feel like y'all forgot who I was.
Yeah, we did. You did. You became an admin, a moderator. You start working on the board. You start wearing a suit. You became a suit. We forgot you were even a gladiator anymore.
And now the suit's off.
Oh,
the suit is
okay.
That's all I did.
Let's run down the people y'all love, because I'm gonna beat them all. I'm gonna beat your favorites.
Hey, Phoenix is not here to defend himself, but I'm pretty sure
Phoenix, nice guy, but I'm gonna beat him.
Who he thinks you are.
Phoenix,
I'm telling you right now.
Phoenix, a nice guy, but I'm gonna beat him. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him. Honcho, he's a great player. I'll admit, I gotta play perfect against him to beat him. I said that on stream. But he's also gotta beat me. Dom's not gonna say nothing bad about Dom. But Dig, the guy you guys think are favorites,
he's
not gonna get nowhere.
He won the division. Put some respect on his name.
He won the division because life got in my way.
Ooh.
Go look at my sim losses, and you can see. Look at how many losses I have with a sim and how many losses I have with a real loss. I have 3 real losses.
Are we supposed to feel sorry for you because you decided
Absolutely
to change your
not.
work schedule and chase
Absolutely
the money?
not. Absolutely not.
Okay,
but
wait,
you know what? Super Bowl's out won in the regular season, Philly.
He don't know nothing. That's all he knows is regular season. But what I'm saying is this.
Damn.
He's never seen anything past that. But what I'm saying
we got to show together.
Do I ever talk reckless to you like that, Philly? I don't talk reckless to you like that. I don't talk about you like that, Philly.
Actually, you do. But I'm not. I'm not gonna take our time up because we got some games to go over. We got 40 minutes until showtime. I am not gonna waste my time defending myself. So, by all means, Mr. Moderator, B. James.
Let me ask. I got some questions though, because there's some things that need to be answered from B-Guard.
Mm-hmm.
One, the NFC is considered soft, sweet. It's called to AFC player. They call the NFC Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? It's all where places where all the dreams can come true. You can be 8-9 and make the playoffs.
Wow.
Wait, somebody was 8-9 and made the playoffs. So what I'm saying is,
okay, like you can call it Disneyland, but what happens when you lose to the person who comes out of Disneyland? Then what?
It hasn't happened yet.
It very well could. You think I like me? I like Honcho. Phoenix could make it. Fetty could make it. Those are the last 4 in.
I don't see any of you guys beating anybody from the AFC coming out of there.
I beat Dimes in PS5.
This is Xbox.
Yeah, it's PS. I have a worse team on PS5.
This is Xbox. The controller's different.
Yeah. Controller's better. The controller's better.
On Xbox, I agree. I hate
No,
the PS5
PS5.
controller.
No, PS5.
I hate that space modulator. It pisses me off when I feel like I'm Guardian of the Galaxy. But shout out to Mob in the building, and I agree with that. RIP Zilla, man. Definitely rest in peace, Zilla.
Yep.
But yeah, you got a gauntlet ahead of you. You gotta beat like you said, you gotta beat Fetty. You gotta beat
Phoenix.
Honcho. You gotta beat Phoenix, you know. So
this is my next game, yeah. I like Phoenix, but it's over for him.
Yeah.
It's over.
Phoenix is in the chat.
It's to replace E versus a replacement. Okay.
Ooh. Oh. Hey, so you saying Phoenix is just keeping your seat warm?
Oh.
He's been keeping my. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh man. Hey, so he called
you. I gave him that division. He knows that. He knows that. In his heart of heart.
Oh wow.
Okay, my
is
thing
this a bad blood matchup?
This is definitely
it's never a bad blood. I like Phoenix. Phoenix is my guy.
Phoenix is his
guy.
Phoenix
is my guy.
You can't call me a guy and then be talking mess about him like that.
I talk about you.
Everybody,
my guy.
When it comes to Madden, everybody gets the work. Everybody
except for me.
I don't know what it's like
to get beat.
When I play Madden, everybody sucks. When my opponent always sucks. Doesn't matter who they are.
Wow.
They say if Philly got a chance in NFC, he might make the NFC Championship over there.
Thank you, Cal Bear.
I mean, can you put the Jets in the NFC and the Giants?
If there was a way to rearrange these divisions to make it more balanced, I definitely would do that.
Oh, please.
I definitely would do that. Like, if we could customize the divisions, that would be crazy. But I would definitely put all the bottom guys in one division. Let at least one of those guys make it every season.
Oh God. Yeah, I think you did that. I think it was before Cal Bear got there. I think it was called the AFC South.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
Wow.
I'm gonna say this.
That's before Cal Bear put respect on that division.
I'm gonna go as far as to say this. Last season, Taylor made it to the AFC Championship. Damn near made it to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, he made it to the AFC title game because Dimes and Diggs had to play each other before.
MP's looking like he's gonna make it to the AFC title game. It's looking like that.
He's been good this year. Last year he wasn't. This year he was.
The year before
I don't know what changed. Like he didn't make playoffs last year.
His team changed. His team. If you have not seen his team, MP has the best team in the league in my opinion.
I wouldn't know. I've been
outside of the quarterback. If you give him a quarterback, he is by far, bar none, the best team in the league.
That's what's holding him back. Quarterback.
I'm not saying the quarterback's holding him back, but I'm saying it's holding him back from being bar none, the best team in the league.
Yeah, that's.
Shout out to Cal Bear for taking a 77 overall quarterback and getting almost to 89 in one season. That's ridiculous. Shout out to Cal Bear for doing that. Shout out to Cal Bear for doing work with the Texans. It's unheard of. Not really unheard of because we saw Jay Douglas do it on PS5 side last season. He did work with the Texans.
And I will say, like, when that reset happened on
it killed all his momentum.
So devastating.
Yeah, it killed all his momentum because then it's like,
because that team is so hard to get. That team is so hard to get built up. And then the minute when the reset happened, I knew, like, my guy J-Dog, like, that's like,
it's tough.
You got to crawl all the way back and struggle. And if there's a difference between season 1 and season 3, because season 3 people start to figure out the game.
Yeah.
Season 1, everybody's still learning it.
Facts.
Probably don't pick it up till like week 16, where they're like, everybody knows what works, what doesn't, and then what's OP, what's not OP, all that. And so, like, that would kill. I would tell you right now, I'd quit.
I think I was just about to say the same thing. I mean, you just gotta, at that point, with that particular team, it's just like, what's the point of me playing? Just give it to somebody that will play and be happy.
You need a Cal Bear mentality. Like I said, it's what I've seen in the past few weeks of Madden is that there are few players with the mentality that Cal Bear has. There are few players left with that mentality, that dog mentality, that's gonna say, you know what, throw me in the fire. I want the best. I don't care what I got. I'll go in there with a slingshot and a dirt rock.
Like that's fine, but like you can have that mentality, but at the end of the day, the team is gonna catch up to you.
No, we'll see. Cal Bear, I'm not gonna say Cal Bear can't win it all with the team he got because his team is faster than everybody else's team. That's what
I get that. But he is playing at a huge disadvantage to what Dimes and Diggs have. Because there's a difference between a quarterback who can get the ball downfield, not have a cornerback catch up, and vice versa.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you right now. That last game that we watched Cal Bear play, I was very impressed by that offense. So I'm curious to see what other guys are gonna do with against that offense. I was very impressed with that offense.
No, he definitely he came with an offense like it's off meta. And anytime you got an off meta, you're gonna give majority of everybody a problem.
Off meta is always a problem.
Because they haven't seen it yet. They don't see it something you can lab every day.
If that off meta is effective, then it is so hard to stop.
Yeah.
Like that's like. It's kind of why, like, before the podcast, I said if Cal Bear were playing Diggs, I would like Cal Bear more in that matchup because I think Diggs is more accustomed to defending meta.
Yeah, and spread is becoming meta now.
I wouldn't say that. I still think
it's kind of like the meta off meta now.
Bunch to tight, I think, is more the meta.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm a lot more comfortable facing than the gun trio, weak offside, whatever. Like that, when I see that stuff, I'm like, oh, I gotta worry about the running back. I gotta worry about the RPO. I gotta worry about so many other things where I can almost call out what you're gonna run in gun tight.
Definitely. And my thing is this: we got, like I said, we got the final wild card matchup game between Cal Bear, VA Dimes. It's gonna be epic. These guys have a lot of history together, dating back almost 6-7 years now, maybe.
Were they the two that cost Assassin?
Yeah, they were the two that cost Assassin. They were the bums. They were the bums Assassin was playing with.
Can we call this the game for Assassin's affection?
Yeah, definitely. Because they were the pimps to Assassin's Gladys Knight. You know what I mean? But no, definitely they still have a lot of history. The three of them do. They put what would have been equivalent to the MCS back then on notice. These dudes beat a lot of the best players that are still around playing. I'm
pretty sure I was in that Crew v Crew.
Yeah, they were the number one team on Gamer Saloon during that time.
I got saddled with two bums. I'm the only one who won games on that.
You sound like Assassin. I need to meet these two bums you were saddled with.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one who won games. I won 2 games.
Oh, okay.
Like, we were the last place team, but I was the only one who could win a game.
So yeah,
I was like,
that team, that squad, that we called them the Suicide Squad, the Man Underground Suicide Squad. We used to drop them in tournaments, and the tournament goers weren't too familiar with Cal Bear and the Dimes at the time. So they went in there and they were wreaking havoc, like ripping people limb from limb and embarrassing people to the point where they became the guys to watch. And then and Assassin, everybody kind of knew Assassin because he'd be floating around. But yeah, at that time they were new. And that's when Cal Bear even drove down here and went to a couple of live events with Cal Bear. Check out some real, the MCS when they first started the MCS. And, Cal Bear was hungry. And Cal Bear was the guy that I saw making a live event. I honestly thought he would make a live event before Dimes, or both of them would. They both had the capability to do it. But Cal Bear, he just had he didn't have the mental toughness that Dimes had. And Dimes was able to, get to the live event. But Cal Bear is fully capable of making a live event. A lot of things that players don't know about Cal Bear is this dude has a photographic memory. So when you run something on him, he's gonna go through that mental Rolodex of plays, and it's gonna be hard for you to run it on him twice. So
I'm trying to remember if I've ever played Cal Bear.
Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But that dude was they were tough. They were tough. I would put them up against anybody, and it was like confidently, like, yo, my money on these guys against anybody for whatever amount, So yeah, Dimes was that dude. Dimes still that dude in the league right now because he got a Super Bowl. But Cal Bear, he's getting his bearings back, getting back into the competitive scene. But yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that could have potentially made it to a live event and did work too. So Cal Bear is definitely not to be slept on, and I can't wait to see this game against each other. These two people who are familiar with each other, and it's going to be extremely competitive.
Yeah.
In other news, we saw a few games earlier today and yesterday. Dudes were playing on Valentine's Day. That was different. I wonder how they're winning.
Could be.
I wonder how. That tripped me out. Yo, dudes was playing on Valentine's Day. Like, you know what? This Madden life is Madden's life. And respect to them. Respect to them.
Are they single today?
I don't know. If
they won or not.
Yeah, it depends if they won or not.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
To the winner goes the spoils, But we'll see how their relationship.
I don't know if it's that much spoils that want me to be single. I'll just say.
they were definitely on the game tough, and I'm and ready to go, and in the chat after the game. So shout out to those guys that were playing yesterday. But BKP played today. He played Buns earlier today. That was a great matchup. It went down to the wire, and Buns was able to pull it out at the end. That sounds super crazy.
I really don't think nobody was thinking that.
Just you. Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
I just realized that just the flurry of words that I put together and how it sounded in my head. Like, yo, that sounds wild. Like, if I had just logged in to tune in, Buzz pulling that out the end, that just sounded wild.
Easy.
Keep it pushing. Pause and keep it pushing.
All right, so we go keep it going. But no, with that being said, Buns is gonna be advancing. The Chiefs are gonna be advancing.
That's better. That's better, right?
Chiefs are gonna be advancing.
Xbox League is advancing.
I come back to the podcast now. All the innuendos get thrown out around, huh?
So Chiefs are going to the next round. And what was crazy in that Discord chat, Buns B offered BKP Mahomes. This is like behind the scenes, like, yo, you want to get Mahomes next season? We can work this out. You give me him and TJ Watt. That was something that was behind the scenes. That was about to happen.
One second. Hey, Buns B, I have Aaron Donald. I got Shaq Barrett. Hit my DM.
And he said, and BKP said, no, thank you. I'm good with what I got. I don't know if it's because he lost and he lost his feelings or what. But
I don't believe that.
Check it. You got access. Check it. Check it right now. I want you to check it. Look at your phone.
That's supposed to be done.
It'll cut my phone off.
That is called tampering, B. James. You're not supposed to let the league know what's going on.
No, I'm just telling you now that players are already making moves for the next season. These guys are just sitting around waiting for the advance button to hit.
B. James about to get fined.
He is, bro. Like for real.
I'm telling you. This is just the I'm putting everybody in the league on notice.
Well, if you watch the game, I really don't think Mahomes was like the reason BKP lost.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Mahomes that won the game for him. It was a lot of other things. But this is just for the guys in the league. The guys that are sitting on their hands waiting for their team to get better but not doing nothing aggressively to make them better. This is where it starts. You got this advance, the next advance, and the following advance. If you haven't re-signed your players, Fetty, you might want to do that now too, because otherwise, Diggs, whatever else you lost last season might be in free agency like it was last season. So make sure you re-sign your players during this time. You can do so. You don't have to wait till we get to the re-sign stage to re-sign your players. You have the entire season to do so. So re-sign your players, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the league, re-sign your players. Don't.
I think I gotta re-sign my players.
Yeah. So don't be that guy. We advance. And you like, hey, I didn't re-sign. Can you tell people not to take my players? I'm like, man, you better talk to them yourself, because I already put my bid in. But but you want to make sure you re-sign your players. This is a time that you guys have to drop those bugs in different players' ears to get players that you may see not producing on another player's team, so they may not value them as much as you might. So hit up those players, man. Look at those stats. Go to the league standings and stats and see who has a player that you may want, and see how that player's performing on this team, and maybe you can give them something that they don't necessarily have. You know, that you may have double of or triple of, and give them something, and then get what you need from them so that you can be better, more competitive the next season. So I recommend you all get ready, but we got some really great matchups. I want to go back. I want to also talk about the Black Phoenix and the Rove game.
I missed that game.
That was a good.
I know I was in there for a minute, but
it was a good game.
Black Phoenix look all right, man.
Nah, he looked tough. He looked real tough right now.
He looked tough, man.
He looked real tough right now. And Philly, what you got to say about it, man?
Well, I mean, I watched the whole game,
okay.
And he looked like the division winner that he is. He came in
there
like a division winner.
B-Guard.
He came in there like a division winner.
Uh-huh.
He defended home court because Rove has a lot of talent. Rove had a successful season, and Black Phoenix looked like he put in the time and the effort that's required. He didn't do a lot of talking. He wasn't talking about Rove anytime that he had an opportunity.
Yeah, that's because his mic wasn't on.
Hey, all I know is what I saw. He basically, it was a gentleman's game. They had a good game. It was a good match, and he was able to pull away from Rove. He came out victorious, and he handled winning with class.
Yeah, I do that too, and then I get picked against a dude who couldn't throw the ball. So
you really disrespected Trey for Life today.
No, I'm disrespecting you.
No, I didn't. I've never lost to you this year, but Trey for Life just lost it. And on top of that, he had to. You called it. You said he had a World
War. That's on you.
A World War II offense.
You called it. World War II. Normandy beat Jazz offense. That's what I called it.
Man, so basically saying that offense should have been. It should have been A and B button.
They invented it in 1944. That's why I called it Normandy Beach.
I hope they play next season. I really hope they play next season.
B-Guard don't care. B-Guard, he's like, you know what? I don't care. I'll beat him again.
I'm just saying, Trey's not here to defend himself. He's not here to say nothing.
I like Trey. But I like Trey. He's really good at running the ball. But the minute he has to pass, it gets scary out there.
But you didn't say he was 1940s before the game started.
I got to come up with this stuff at some point.
No.
Man.
I played that game at, I think, 10 or 11 o'clock my time.
Somebody go on Discord and tag Trey for Life. I just tagged him. Somebody else tagged him and telling B-Guard in here talking crazy.
I like this B-Guard right
I like it too. I like it too, man.
I like this B-Guard. This is good. This is must-see TV right here. I like this.
I'm tired of the disrespect. It's nice that this guy above me. Yes. I'm tired of
it. Hey, I knew I did my job when Woody was down 21 and somebody in the chat was like, Brian was right. And he rallied back so quick. Somebody said Brian was right. And
okay, you know what? I won't say you were as disrespectful to me as you were with Woody, telling him to get his affairs in order. That was wild.
Hey, that was yeah.
Nah, Woody almost won that game yesterday. He was down by 20. So shout out to Woody yesterday.
Oh, you gotta watch that game. You gotta watch that game.
It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, man. Shout out to Woody.
And what's that YouTube channel?
Madden Underground.
God, you're really bad at these plugs, man. You're really bad at that. Where can we watch these games, Ryan James?
At MaddenUnderground.com.
YouTube.com/MaddenUnderground.
If you know why you got me saying it, say it. Just say it.
Because you on stream, there might be people who are new here.
Don't throw me the lob. Throw the people the lobs. Tell them. I'm not picking up on the signals, man.
If you miss any of these games, go to MaddenUnderground.com or go to YouTube.com/MaddenUnderground, and you can watch all these wildcard games,
there you go.
all the divisional games, all the AFC, NFC title games, all the Super Bowls, right at your disposal.
There you go.
MaddenUnderground.com or YouTube.com/MaddenUnderground.
Yeah.
Strong Jack.
God, give me the keys to the Ferrari, all right?
Hey, you ain't missed a step. I'm impressed, man. You ain't missed a step. You've been gone, but you ain't washed yet. You know what I'm saying? He still got his little left in the tank. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because he don't have to do the mandatory Madden Underground drug testing no more. Man, I mean, the man is speaking freely.
Oh,
corporate B guard's gone.
That's what I'm saying.
And look at Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix want commentary on Valentine's Day. That you expecting commentary on Valentine's Day should be an infraction in itself. You know what I'm saying?
But Black Phoenix, he's gonna be here to commentate these other games, right?
No, he wanted us to commentate this game on Valentine's Day.
Oh, B-Guard said after he beat him.
Oh, wow.
Clear
Wow.
His schedule's gonna be free after I beat him. Don't worry.
So, did we have anybody else play in the wild card round?
The squeaky wheel gets the oil, man. So
he gonna keep talking about Trade for Life. He gonna keep talking about you. And he gonna keep talking about Phoenix. That's it.
Hey.
Yeah, but then the next time, I'm gonna talk about Hancho or Fetty.
Ooh. Now let's talk about
the
Fetty.
person to cross me is my enemy until the game is over.
Let's talk about Fetty. I'm gonna talk about Fetty a little bit. Fetty had an opportunity because Fetty, you could have been playing Fetty, but Fetty took his time and didn't know if his game was an Xbox or PS5 game, so he.
Hey, it worked out for both of us because we both got to advance.
Yeah, you both got to advance. It may have been different, So I guess it worked out for the best. But yeah, definitely Fetty. Let's get it together, bro. Let's get it together, man. You a top-notch baller. You a top-notch baller. You gotta know if you're playing the Xbox or PS5. You need to know the difference. Okay?
Is that what happened?
That's what happened. He didn't know if it was an Xbox game or PS5 game. And he didn't schedule it because he didn't know which one was.
I can imagine him just waiting on his PS5 and saying, "I sent it."
So
I don't know why you pressured me out. I'm
here. I was waiting. You know?
Fetty, let the record show that I am not laughing at your expense.
I know because he
made playoffs. He made playoffs. It's all good. He got a playoff win.
Hey.
No harm, no foul.
Y'all got jokes today, man. I came in here. I don't even gotta talk. Let me go get a bag of popcorn or something because y'all got jokes today, boy. Let me tell you.
Fetty was on that PS5 waiting for that invite for 2 days.
You keep saying send it. I've been sending it.
Oh my gosh, man!
I've been old for 2 days, man, waiting for that invite. What's going on?
Nope.
I haven't slept, haven't eaten, just staying here waiting.
Nope. Want no parts of it.
Oh man. But yeah, definitely. Shout out to Fetty. He won. He was able to beat Silverback and move on to the next round. Silverback had a great run. Actually, he started the game off crazy. He started the game off with a bomb to Williams, and I thought he was going to win the game.
Silverback was the 2 seed for the longest time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And until the smoke cleared, and he was almost. I think he became the 4th seed. but he did a great job. He was extremely competitive all season. And shout out to Silverback with them Lions, man. Lions out there with the Lions.
Lions aren't a bad team.
They aren't.
Offensively, they're pretty solid.
In the NFC, yeah. But I mean, they're
gonna be better next year. They're gonna get a little bit more love next year.
Especially if they get Lamar Jackson.
Man.
What?
Yeah,
it's possible.
They're talking about it.
Is that a possibility? I heard Chicago.
Chicago and Detroit is in play right now.
Yeah, both of those teams are in play right now. Yeah.
And they like we'll pay whatever. So I like that. But we got a lot of Madden coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys keep it locked. We got a lot more from Snipes, myself, and Philly Guy. We got a big time matchup coming up in the next few minutes between Cal Bear and VA Dimes. And who are you guys picking in this game?
I'm gonna go with my crewmate. I'm going with Dimes.
Is that the only reason? Let's take Crew out of this.
No, I think Dimes has a better team as well.
Okay, that's a logical explanation.
Dimes has the better team. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Dimes in this one, but I'm not gonna sleep on Cal Bear, man. I like I said, I like what I saw from that offense last time around, and I'm just I just really want to see. If it's gonna be a short-lived thing or what, I mean, can he continue to do what he was doing, in the last game that he had? So I'm really curious with that, but I'm gonna take I'll say Dimes right now. Dimes.
Yeah, I just want to make this clear. I think they're both pretty even in terms of.
They're both great.
So now I got to look at teams.
Yeah,
that's the reason.
I'm with you.
Definitely agree with that. I'm gonna go with Cal Bear. I'm going with Dimes. I'm lying. I got Dimes winning that. Dimes is he just puts it together when it needs to be put together.
Playoff Dimes.
He's a mechanic. He's an artist when it comes to that. Comes to the playoffs, he puts things
I
together.
think I know who Philly's gonna go with. I think I already know who Philly's gonna go with.
Who you going with, Philly?
Who am I going with, B-Guard?
No,
I think you're going with Cal Bear.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm going with Cal Bear. I think this magical ride will continue. He played MP in the spread playbook, didn't have a lot of success. Played him the second time, got a little bit better. And I think he feels a little bit more comfortable with the spread. I think he's been paying attention. We both know that Dimes has also been paying attention to what he's doing. And Cal Bear had to break out that four
I don't even know it.
Set.
I don't even know what Cal Bear runs. Like, that's a crazy thing.
And that's what I'm saying. We felt like he had to break out a little bit, of his playoff offense in order to win the game against struggling. But I mean, he has an excellent opportunity to win. I think he's
wait. He has Caleb Williams, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know he. Okay.
Yeah. So I think one of the things that we talked about on the show was he needed to put big trust on his quarterback instead of Dots. You know what? I'm just saying.
I kind of disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because I think Gambit and Omaha are better X factors. Like, I feel like to get big trust, you have to break off so many runs, and then the minute you get stopped behind the line, it goes off, and then you got to do those big runs again, and then the more you try to press those big runs, the more risk of fumble you have. That's my opinion on big trust. Like, it's a good X factor. It's just not the best X factor.
I hear where you're coming from, B-Guard, but I think what everybody was alluding to was basically from that last game how he played and how he was running the quarterback the way he was. He would have been better off with trust, on that quarterback.
Given his style of play,
based on that,
right?
Style of play from that particular time.
Yeah, but I don't think I think Dimes is going to run a defense where it's going to be better for him to pass on it than to quarterback run. Because I feel like if Dimes runs the defense, I think he's going to run. There's going to be a lot of tackles in the backfield.
This could be false information or falsified information being put out there.
I'm going based off what he ran on me.
Okay.
Me and Cal Bear are totally different players. Want to do totally different things. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I'm just making sure because you could be working. Colluding.
It could be. But,
a
I mean, look. I don't think you guys are wrong.
A toxic ruse.
I really don't. But,
manipulate the media.
Yeah, I mean, why count Calbert out? He wasn't supposed to get this far to begin with. You know, it's that Cinderella story. You know what I'm saying?
Calbert's a Cinderella story.
I disagree with that. I don't think he is a Cinderella story at all.
He's definitely a Cinderella story.
He's good. I think he's good enough. I think he's good enough to play with any team. And this year with the Texans proves it. Like the Texans might be a Cinderella story, but Calbert ain't.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you give him another team.
Oh, you give him another team.
Maybe he's the number 1 seed.
Yeah. If you give Calbert Dime's team, or you give Calbert Diggs' team, he could be a number 1 seed.
Definitely a number 1 seed. Definitely a number 1 seed.
And I'm not sure we could. I don't know how if we could say that about. I think we could say that about. I think we could say about Dimes. Not sure about Diggs because I've never seen him have to make some stuff happen with a team that's not ideal. I've never seen him do that. So.
Okay. True.
If he does, then kudos to him. He could be a number 1 seed with any team.
Well, he had the Texans last year.
That wasn't Sim though.
It was.
That was Sim. That's Sim. He had the Jets who were really good last year.
And he made a lot of trades before people knew who he was. You know. So.
And who he wasn't.
It's okay.
We're not gonna do that.
We're not even gonna go there.
We're not gonna go.
Not going there.
We're not going there.
Not going there.
Even though you got even more reason to go. We're not gonna go there. But
we're not going there.
Yeah. So, but with that being said, like I said, we got Diggs. If Calbert wins, MP and Calbert, we get the rematch again the third time. If Dimes wins, we get the Dimes Diggs rematch. You know, and this will be their third time meeting up in the playoffs. So, it's a lot of good scenarios that could pop off from these games being played.
Yeah, poor Bunsby, he's like the clear afterthought, right? Like we just gonna count him out.
Yeah. Well, we watched him in BKP, and they looked like they were having a pillow fight out there. But it was good. It was a good game. It was a good game.
You hear that, Busby? You hear that?
It was a good game. It looked like a pillow fight.
Brian James is telling you get your affairs in order. Personally, I wouldn't take that.
You know what? We can. His name is no longer Brian James. He's gonna call this man Don King. Because we gonna call this man Don King.
Clearly I'm bringing the best out of the players because you see
that's what I'm saying. We gonna call.
You're taking credit for it.
It could before me talking about these guys. They never played at the level they're playing at. I've never seen Woody perform at all.
You've never seen Busby at this level. Come on.
No. I'm not talking about Busby. I'm not talking about Busby. Even though.
Oh, so you're talking about me?
You definitely stepped your game up, and you shouted me out while you were doing it. So it's clearly I motivated you. But what I'm saying is, Woody had no chance. Woody shouldn't even have been in the game yesterday. I don't even know why he showed up, to be honest.
And then somebody said Brian James.
Somebody mentioned my name in the chat, and all of a sudden, Woody becomes Henry and Dez. Okay, the glitches come out. Players are running wide open. Offense is unstoppable. I'm like, yo, I don't know if he made a call. I don't know if his wife started playing for him. I don't know what started happening, but Woody definitely put on the fight or put on the show yesterday.
Diggs might have gotten a little bit too comfortable.
You know, maybe that too. But Diggs looked like he didn't know what he didn't. If there was more time left, Woody would have won that game. Think about it. If he literally had 2 seconds left on the clock,
definitely one to watch.
He would have won that game. He threw a bomb and ran out of time on the 5-yard line or the 10-yard line. It was in field goal range to kick the field goal to win the game.
With one timeout.
With one timeout left. So 2 more seconds left. Woody wins that game, and we're talking about Diggs is an afterthought. You know, so
yeah.
But like I said. I put the money on Diggs' head, and I felt confident and safe with it being on his head because I know nobody's gonna collect it. So with that being said, nobody's gonna collect that money. I might throw another $25.
You gotta give people more motivation.
I might put another $25 on Diggs'
In the
head.
famous words of Post Malone. Wow.
Hey, I might put another 25. Make that $25 a $50 bounty on Diggs. It ain't like anybody's gonna collect it.
Hey.
I put 75 cents on B guard.
I'll tell you that right now.
I put 75.
I'll match that.
Did you say 75 cents?
I'll match your contribution.
Did you say 75?
I will match your contribution, B. James.
So
I will match that.
So now we're talking about $1.50 here. $1.50.
No. I'm talking about 75.
Where are you getting this $1.50? It sure ain't from Factor 75.
No, hey. They gave us our money. Let them live for now. You
It
know.
only took them a couple months. Damn it.
Took him a couple of months. Hey.
This is on you. This is on you.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
I guess
You gave him a mic.
we won't be dealing with them anymore.
That's what
You can delete this podcast. It's okay. They don't know. They don't watch. Check the user. Check the user stuff. There ain't no Factor 75.
You messing with our money, man.
Oh man.
Oh, the money that ain't come yet. Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, so in fact 75. I'm glad for the contribution that you gave to us. The amount of time in which they came was fine for me. But putting that out there.
And for any other sponsors listening, B Guard's comments do not reflect those of Madden Underground.
Definitely not.
Now you guys see why I'm only an occasional guest on the podcast.
Definitely, because he
Yeah, because Phoenix is still in the playoffs. We brought B Guard back.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
still in the playoffs.
B guard, if Phoenix trying to get 25 off you, he said put 25 on B guard head. I'm like, nah, man, I put too much. He's not worth $25.
Wow. Damn.
You beating him would be like, you beat B guard. That's like, it is what it is. But if B guard wins the bowl, or if he even makes it to the AFC championship, I mean NFC championship.
Like last year, you won a bowl.
Last year what happened to you, man? What happened?
Last year?
I mean, like just period. Like you were an elite player, and all of a sudden you became.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was like I remember I couldn't beat you, and then all of a sudden you just were easy to beat.
I'm not even gonna dignify that.
Wow. He can't even think of that.
I just want to know what happened. Like maybe it was did your fingers?
I just have an addiction to trash quarterbacks. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, because you did take Trubisky to a Super Bowl, and that was the year of all trash quarterbacks.
Who was he? And the year before was Drew Lock, and I made four out of the 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe you should leave that alone.
Yeah, maybe I need the elite quarterbacks now. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe you're reaching that age threshold where you need the best players.
And not have one. I mean, I had Brady for a year.
Yeah, that was cool. But you didn't do much with that year because I beat the crap out of you that year. No,
I lost by 3 to Honcho.
Oh, you did.
I think it was the divisional round.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I lost on a last second field goal.
So real quick, so who's gonna be making this call in this particular game? Because I came into the podcast because obviously I saw you guys were in. I didn't think this was gonna start till when the game started.
No, the 6th. Yeah.
It starts what? Starts in about a couple minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes,
okay.
2-3 minutes.
B guard, you staying here for the whole game?
No, I gotta go back to work.
Okay, that's what I figured. All right, so it's just
I'm probably in a lot of trouble as it is. So.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Do we get to watch you get fired on live air?
They need me.
He said they need me.
Your boss tuning in right now.
Yep, he's like, fire
boss
his ass
right now.
Yeah.
Fire him right now.
Okay. You go ahead. You find somebody else to run this shift.
We're gonna see that pink slip come in through the side.
Oh man, the confidence. I like it. I don't know if it's the win today. He talking crazy to his boss at work.
I talk crazy to my boss all the time.
Oh, hey, man. I love it. I love it though. I like this B guard, man. Keep it up, B guard. Keep it up.
This is what it takes for him to win. This is the fire I've been waiting to see out of B guard.
I would have won regardless.
Nah, I'm talking about whatever I was getting from you in the previous seasons when I beat you. It was like you say, "Oh man, good game. I don't know why Derrick Henry's so tough." I'm like, dude, like who is this guy? You would never say that. The old B guard would never say that.
The old B guard would get out of pocket.
Yeah, the old B guard would have said some wild stuff. Like,
I don't really feel like I'm being out of pocket.
no, you've been. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. You seem like you. I don't know. Maybe you gotta start drinking the gunpowder again.
Being accused of being soft was part of it.
Yeah.
And then your disrespectful dismissal of B-Guard can stop the run.
Yeah.
B-Guard can stop the run.
So B-Guard, that being said, it's 6 o'clock. Where's your boy at? Why are we looking for your boy?
Why we looking for him right now? He's
I am not my brother's keeper.
Oh wow! Oh wow! This is how Toxic operates. You're not your brother's keeper.
He talking back to his boss.
He is on. Hey.
He talking.
He is on his time. He is on his time
right now. Oh man.
Well, they searching.
He said search. He said search.
He's searching. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna tune into the Twitch.
Wow. I was just about to say the same thing. I gotta tune in on the side because I got freaking playoffs. I told y'all in the chat how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, you do got playoffs. You got Madden Underground playoffs.
Yeah, I know I got Madden Underground playoffs, but I got these other playoffs that I have to do, unfortunately, right now too.
Go get your money, Snipes. Go get your money, Snipes.
Yeah, speaking of that,
and try to stay awake when you calling them games.
I will be in the chat.
Look,
I will talk to y'all later.
Look, I got y'all on the side. I got y'all on the side right here. Now I got y'all live on the Twitch. Man,
that's the iPad. I was like,
yeah. It's
an autobiography.
Nah, autobiography of Brian James, aka Don King.
We want all the smoke.
Hey, well, we got to get out of here then, man. We got to bring the people this game, man. You know,
it's going. We going to it right now, bro.
All right, I'll be tuned in.
Okay.
All right, take care,
bro. Talk to y'all later.
Take care, bro.
I'm coming for you, Phoenix.
Oh. Oh my.
Guard out.
Yeah, I'm what you call it. I'm staying in here for another like 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes.
All right, well, we going live, man. Shout out to everybody. We're going to the VA Dimes game right now.
Where's Phoenix at?
Phoenix got the link. Send Phoenix the link, man.
I'll send it to him right now for you. 1 second.
But as you can see, they're loading up right now. Woo! Cal Bear and the Texans are wearing the white and blue with the red helmet.
It's gonna be a goodie.
Look good, play good.
And to the people out there that didn't know, a Bengal is a tiger.
Who doesn't know that?
There are people who didn't know that, Philly.
What else could it be? What else could it be?
Somebody thought it was a reptile of some sort. But anyways, I'm not gonna say who.
I think you need to.
I'm not gonna say who.
I think you need to.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say who.
It's our responsibility to give people the help they need. I'm just saying.
Definitely.
Oh, that'd be dope. We get National Geographic as our next sponsor.
All right, this game is live.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Y'all can see, right? You guys can see over there?
Yes, we can.
All right.
I'm good.
Excellent.
Yes, we can.
Excellent. We're going to get this thing going. We got Dimes kicking off. Cal Bear will have possession of the ball first. And here we go, fellas. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's go time.
It is go time.
I'll be talking reckless. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys be getting mad at me. Like, you got to calm it down, dial it back a little bit. But I be getting pumped for these games. You know, I honestly think that we might see a man get flooded today. We got Phoenix jumping in right now. And this is what you guys wanted. And this is what you guys get. What's good, Phoenix?
What's good, fellas? What's good? Let's get it.
BP, what's good, boy?
Hey, I'm ready for this, man. I see B-Guard, the Chamo addressed that after the game.
Definitely.
Yeah, like a gentleman. I appreciate that, sir.
I'm ready to call this game, man. Let's get this started.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Cal Bear and the Houston Texans. Empty bunch formation. You got Caleb Williams. And he did put on that trust ability that we talked about last game. Again, for those tuning in, my name is Black Phoenix alongside Philly Guy. Philly Guy, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. We got Snipes for like 9 minutes.
Hey, no worries. Snipes, how you doing, man? How you feeling, man?
I'm excellent, man. I'm excellent. I'm just a squirrel in your world right now, baby.
Hey, I feel you. Well, again, we got 2 heavyweight hitters, man. You guys kind of alluded to the podcast. You know, again, Cal Bear taking the Houston Texans, making it this far. Yeah. VA Dimes, the season 2 winner, taking on Cal Bear here with the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's start off with you, Snipes, since we got you for like only a few minutes. you know, we talk about Cal Bear and Dimes, you know, these heavy hitters. You know, what impresses you most about VA Dimes and in this matchup right here as we see Caleb Williams going on this horse, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, and making it look super easy right there. But obviously not the best defense from Dimes right there, Snipes. But other than that, though, what do you like about VA Dimes in this matchup?
Well, we know he's a seasoned vet. We know he's a guy that will constantly make the playoffs, constantly make strides in the playoffs. And regardless on whatever it is, this man always has 2 words: divine intervention. It happens every year when he is in the playoffs, and something happens along the line where it just goes his way. And it's not, and he does have as B-Guard kind of alluded to, he does have the better team. He does have the better team compared to the Texans. But it's, at the end of the day, I think it's going to all boil down to, the final plays. And obviously, as we just saw, we talked earlier as well, too, in the podcast about Cal Bear and this newfound offense that he has. And he showed us already what he could do with Caleb Williams and what he can accomplish on any defense as of right now. But we'll see if Dimes could kind of change it up and get things fixed, from this point forward. But a great start here, nonetheless, here for Cal Bear.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to go to the guy who rooted for Cal Bear in this matchup, Philly guy. And Philly guy, we've seen Cal Bear make a lot of adjustments to a lot of these offenses that we've seen that are pretty good. We've seen him adjust the spread. We've seen him adjust a bunch and tight and stuff like that. What are you expecting out of Cal Bear in this matchup against Dimes? Because Dimes has a very powerful spread offense with this trio offset week, but he also mixes it up. So on the defensive side, Philly, what are you kind of expecting from Cal Bear in this particular matchup?
Well, I think defensively, Cal Bear is taking the Kansas City Chiefs approach. He knows that he can win this game in a shootout. And I think defensively, he's just going to try to take certain things away from VA Dimes if he can. But as you see right there, B-Guard talked about it on the show. He talked about how difficult it is to stop that particular play. And if he does want to pull off the upset, he's going to have to figure something out, because that is not going to work. That is not it. And, we're looking at both of them give up big plays. So maybe they settle down. Who knows?
Yeah, and hopefully they can settle down. Maybe the case of the Nerds, especially on the defensive side here, is Jamar Chase takes the bubble screen all the way to the crib. So 7-7 ball game here in the first quarter. And Snipes, we still got you, man. So far, so good. Going blow for blow, punch for punch right here. This is kind of what we expected out of this matchup right now.
This is absolutely what we expected. Like I said, I just said it a moment ago. I think it's going to come down to, the final maybe 2 minutes in this ball game and who's going to get the ball last, man. But both of these guys right now looking very solid in this first quarter.
Yeah, definitely very solid. So we'll see what Cal Bear can do to respond to VA Dimes' quick score right here. Again, comes out in this empty bunch formation. You're going to see a lot of quarterback draw. You're going to see a lot of flat passes to Zach Evans. That's going to be number 2 on your right side of the screen. And Albert O is going to get the ball in the flat as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what adjustments VA Dimes does this time against Cal Bear. It's going to have Albert O in the motion right here. All right, take the snap. Going to throw it out to the flat on that whip route. Sideline dead-eye coming to play right there. 2nd and 1, gain of 9 right there. So Philly, we've seen this last game. Albert O was one of the biggest parts of Cal Bear's offense. And we've seen it in his last game where people just did not want to guard the flats. But Cal Bear has no issues. If you give him the flat, he's going to take the flat 9 times out of 10.
Well, yeah. You talk about Albert being the motion player, so he changes the balance of the formation as we see, the nice completion downfield. So he basically, you go from 3 on the right to 3 on the left. Is he going out on a route, or is he going to be blocking for the quarterback draw? Is it a delayed block? Cal Bear is really using him to mask what he's doing on the field, and that makes it really difficult because he does know how to pass the ball.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned right there, you don't know if it's a run or pass. That time was a run that time with a quarterback draw. Again, Caleb Williams almost having 100 yards on the ground. But, another thing that we got to consider, Snipes, too, is just because he throws to Alberto doesn't mean that's the only receiver on his team. He has these high-speed 95 plus receivers on the screen as well. So it's kind of one of those things where, yes, you got to defend the flats, but you also can't give up nothing cheap, nothing deep down the field.
You definitely can't give anything up, and he's showing here on on every single play what Williams is all about. He's just going to continue to again. You told him to put trust on there, and he did it. And now you're seeing how effective it's going to end up being. And if he gets it activated, my goodness, on top of having to deal with a Kue Bunam and these fast receivers, I mean, I don't know what Dimes could do at that point.
Yeah, and let me give you some credit right there, Snipes. You're the only one that can say that last name as perfect as you did, because I just wanted to say Alberto. Just makes it 10 times easier. I'm not going to butcher that man's name. I'm not going to disrespect that man. But listen, I'm going to leave it. Every time that man comes on screen, I'm just going to leave it to you on that one.
You ain't going to be able to do that because I got to roll in a second. But I'm tuned in on my iPad, everybody. Have a fantastic stream, everybody. I appreciate y'all once again.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Snipes, man. Make sure you go check him out on his channel, man. Doing great things, great work, great commentary. So definitely much love and appreciation here. So we got Caleb Williams, and that's going to be a corner route. And unfortunately for him, that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. So close, Philly, so close, but unable to get the toes in for a touchdown right there.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. You know, he is a very more than capable passer. And so Dimes knows, look, I got to take something away, but what is it that I take away? And there it is right there.
And that's interception right there. By
so
yeah.
So it's like we're seeing Cal Bear make little mistakes. Obviously, he felt like he had, to get 6 there, but he could just as easily have waited. It looked like he had maybe a trail route that was going to be open in the middle, but he made a bad read there. And Dimes made him pay. So let's see how he adjusts defensively after giving up the quick score.
Yeah, we see Jay Savvy chiming in the chat. Not the biggest fan of Dimes, but you got to admit that was actually pretty good defense from Dimes. As we get Dimes set up at the 48-yard line here with the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow barking out some commands here. This trio offset week has been a mainstay for Dimes in this spread offensive playbook here. As we got a 1st and 10, that's going to be a corner route right there to T. Higgins right there, down to the 27-yard line. Joe Burrow 2 for 2, 100 yards and a tutty on the day. But this T. Higgins right here, Philly, this is interesting because normally T. Higgins is not the best receiver on Madden, right? But Dimes has turned him into a weapon using that big body frame that he has. And we know how good aggressive catches are this year. So T. Higgins has had himself an excellent season right there. Just like that, just like what I talked about right there. T. Higgins high point pass down to the 3-yard line. Mm-hmm. But it's so hard to defend the RPOs with Jamar Chase. It's so hard to defend Joe Mixon. And then you have T. Higgins that can just go up and aggressive catch you. It's going to be an interesting challenge for Cal Bear here on defense.
Yeah, it really is. I'm really surprised that he's running as much man coverage as he is. He's not having any success. So I don't know, again, is his strategy, okay, I got to win a shootout, or is he actually trying to take certain things away? Right now, it doesn't look like he knows what he's doing out there, and he's really struggling with this spread offense.
Yeah, definitely struggle is kind of an understatement here. Again, 2 back-to-back drives where it seems like VA Dimes score extremely easily against Cal Bear. And again, I agree with you. Man-to-man coverage is not going to do it against Dimes. He's seen it a lot of times. He's played it a lot of times. And obviously right there, gave up big plays right there. 3 plays, 52 yards on that drive here. So Cal Bear coming back on offense here as we're going to get the kickoff. And, again, Philly, I think what you hit on the head is kind of, I think, accurate. And it seems to be Cal Bear's kind of strategy outside the pick that he just threw earlier is to have a shootout. And maybe, like Snipes mentioned, too, coming down to the last play and maybe make something happen and win the game that way. But I don't know, and maybe you can agree with me on this. I don't know if Dimes is the person you want to have a shootout with, especially given Dimes' team and the way it's set up right now.
I think that, he expected for trust to be activated possibly by now. I'm really sure that that's a huge part of it. Obviously, we saw him make a bad read. But, what we're seeing right here that Cal Bear is doing is what Dimes isn't doing. Dimes is not going to hold on to the ball. So whatever pressure that you're sending, it's not going to be able to get there because he's not going to hold on to the ball. So, whatever Cal Bear saw on film, whatever he thought he was going to be able to bring to the table, running the meta defense, that's not going to work.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as V-Guard right here. I don't think that was open unless you super pass let that. The second part to that is bad pocket presence on Cal Bear. Again, rolled out to his left, pressure coming from the left of that crossfire 3 that Dimes has been rocking since season 2 that he's been so effective with. So I agree with you, V-Guard. I see you in the chat. I don't think that was going to be open myself either. But again, you see right there, able to get a pick 6 from DJ Reader of all people, and you hate to see that happen, especially D-line big man taking it all the way back to a touchdown like that. But here we go. Let's see if Cal Bear can bounce back. Still got plenty of time here. First quarter, 40 seconds left here, and Rose is going to be in motion here, and we're going to see Williams going to get stopped right there. See if they give him the yard. They do not. 2nd and 10 right here. Going to go hurry up offense here, and again, Rhodes, Ashley, you have Jordan out there on your left side of the screen. Albert O going to also motion on the left side of the screen. We always seen him go on this flat pass. Let's see if he does that again here. And Williams going to take a snap, drop back, roll to his left, and throw it into coverage right there. That's going to be Logan Wilson breaking up the pass right there. 3rd and 10, and things are not looking good for Cal Bear right now, Philly.
Yeah, it looks like he's really trying to push the ball downfield. Obviously, Dimes has settled down. Because he's got the lead, and Cal Bear is going to have to get back to taking the underneath passes because Dimes excels at you holding on to the ball and trying to put you downfield.
And he tried to force it right there, and that's going to be Taylor Britt pick 6 right there. And, folks, this is looking pretty ugly. Only in the first quarter of action is VA Dimes is going to take a 28-7 lead, pinning the field goal. Kick is up, and kick is going to be good. But Philly, something I want to hit on as we see Huncho Hodges saying "uh-oh" and "uh-oh" is right. But something I want to hit on that Dimes kind of said when you guys had him on his podcast, right? VA Dimes said it's nasty Dimes time. It's nasty Dimes. It's not VA Dimes. It's not the friendly neighborhood. Say your GGs and move on. It's VA Dimes, the villain, as I like to call him, the VA villain Dimes at this point. And we're seeing it constantly right here, 28-7. Just absolutely shutting down Cal Bear and what he's trying to do on offense.
Yeah, I agree with his perspective and attitude, but from what we've seen, there were certain players that were open, and Cal Bear made the wrong read, and again, other times he's holding on to the ball too long, and so when you're playing this type of caliber, those are 2 things you're not going to get: time and the ability to throw the ball down the field. So. Cal Bear's lost the element of surprise because he's down so much so early. It's going to be really difficult because Dimes is not going to respect this quarterback draw anymore because he knows he's got a 3-score lead and he's getting the ball back at halftime.
Yeah, and that's a big factor into this too. Like you mentioned, getting the ball back at half. And like you said, this is the thing. We talk about adjustments to adjustments all the time, Philly. We say, what are you going to do when there's an adjustment? And Dimes is making all the adjustments as we have a flag on the field, and that's going to be PI. But if that wasn't a PI, that was definitely going to be another pick right there. But going back to the adjustments piece right there, Philly, like you said, lost the element of surprise because, like you guys mentioned, all this stuff is on YouTube. So, Dimes has done his homework. He knows exactly what you want to do. And Dimes is that caliber of player that, you got to come up with something that he hasn't seen before. And right now, again, Dimes has been doing all the adjustments, all of his homework, and you see it paying off big time right here in this game.
Yeah, and again, Cal Bear has only gotten in trouble when he's decided to try to push the ball down the field. And that's the thing with really good defensive players. They are going to make adjustments, but there's certain things they just will not give you. And if you think that they're there, then that's usually when you throw interceptions. That's usually when you get sacked. That's usually when, there's a fumble by the quarterback. And, Cal Bear, it's all gas, no break for him. I understand what he did and the need that he felt to do it, but he was going to have to be patient and take everything underneath in this game, if he was going to be able to come out on top. Right now, he's running out of time, but we have to see if he can put it together and score on this drive.
Yeah, and that was actually another close one to being intercepted. This Dimes corner animated on that one. So threading the needle right there. Great completion. That's going to be to Ashley right there in the corner route. And once again, we got Williams taking the ball, and that's going to be a good game this time. 2nd and 4 for Caleb Williams, 8 for 97 and 1 touchdown on the day. But again, I agree with you. Defensive players aren't going to let you get away with stuff all game long. And we're seeing Dimes, this dollar defense, make the adjustments that Struggling could not make in the last game. So let's see how Cal Bear can bounce back from this one. It definitely needs all gas, no breaks. Can't afford to really make any more turnovers here. Has to play flawless. So gonna throw it out to the flat, and that's gonna be Rose with a completion. 6 for 11, 60 yards, 3 INTs for Cal Bear. Rose 3 for 28 yards. But again, we see Cal Bear trying to make some adjustments. So Cal Bear not the type to roll over just like that, but got to make something happen here as Evans is going to take the ball off the handoff. 2nd and 7, gain of 3 right there. But, Philly, I don't know if running the ball here is necessarily the best thing to do. Again, like you said, time is of the essence. You got 3 minutes, and Dimes gets the ball back before half. I don't know if running the ball like that to Evans is going to be your best bet right here.
Well, I think he's trying to do 2 things. I think number one, and that was a huge tackle right there. Number one, I think he's being very mindful of the clock. And then number 2, I think he went back to his game plan, because if he's able to move the ball down the field, like we're seeing him, unfortunately, unable to get that completion, then maybe he has an opportunity, to try to get back into this game. But right now, like I said, he's already tried to open it up. 3 turnovers. He's down 21, so those 3 turnovers were costly, but he's got to convert on this 4th down.
Yeah, he has to. Otherwise, it's pretty much, y'all can call it GG's in the chance early. 4th and 8 for Caleb Williams and Cal Bear and company here. He's going to throw it out to the sideline right there, and that's going to be Chidobe Awuzie with another pick right there. We said he had to play flawless that time, did not do that. And B-Guard kind of put it best. You don't want to give the ball back to Dimes with time. And mind you, he does have 2-minute warning at his disposal as well. But right now, again, it seems I was kind of hoping, the video that Cal Bear put out to Madden Underground would have sparked him. I would have hoped for a better result in this game. But obviously, again, it just seems like Dimes has got the answer for everything Cal Bear is trying to do, Philly. And it looks like it's going to get pretty ugly depending on how much Dimes feels like he needs to score right here.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that we know is Dimes is definitely going to be mindful of the clock. He knows that he has a 3-score lead. He's got the ball right now. He's getting the ball back at halftime. And Cal Bear isn't showing him anything that he hasn't seen before. And that's really, what you would have to do is you got to show him something that he hasn't seen before. And if you can do that, maybe you can give yourself a chance. But right now, Cal Bear's not running anything that Dimes hasn't already seen. The way the spread offense works, they go from left to right, and Dimes knows how to do that and then sets you up, for a deep post or some other route downfield. But you got to figure out what exactly you're taking away, and Cal Bear hasn't been able to do that at all.
Yeah, and you see a big run by Joe Mixon. Dimes smartly getting down right here. The reason why, for those that are wondering why didn't Dimes take the touchdown, you want to burn timeouts right there. It's a strategy. It's not something, the controller didn't break down or nothing like that. It's just a strategy that you do, so that way you burn all the timeouts and Cal Bear doesn't have any time left to move the ball before the end of half. So for those that are brand new to Madden, that's why. So Joe Mixon going to take another run right here, and that's going to be timeout number 2 for Cal Bear here. And again, Dimes, mixing it up, showing us a little bit of something different that you don't see too often. 2 tight end sets, basically saying, hey, I'm going to be pretty much running the ball right here, Philly, and let's see if you can stop it.
No, that's exactly what it is. I can tell you, you're very familiar with this playbook. This is the playbook that you run. So we both understand what specialty plays are in certain formations. And when he comes out with that ace, he's going to be running the football. He's not trying to push the ball down the field. He's just trying to get Cal Bear to use his timeouts, which he did, and then make sure that he's the last man to score before the half.
Yeah, and again, you see goal line formation again. You're going to be seeing a lot of true clock, I would imagine, from Dimes here, and that is the case right there. As you see the time ticking all the way down to 10 seconds left on the play clock right here. So Dimes in zero hurry. to actually score or do anything. Again, you want to leave Cal Bear with no time left on the clock here, as Joe Mixon's going to take it once again, barely a gain of 3, but again, tick, 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 and Dimes gets the ball before half and no timeouts. Nothing Cal Bear can do right now, Philly.
No, I mean, Dimes, if he comes away with points here, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, again, he's getting the ball back. He's already up 3 scores. So it really doesn't matter to him right now. He's in complete and total control of this game. And, I haven't really seen any personnel differences in terms of this game as Dimes actually is able to run it in for 6. I just think that, the spread concept that you run, the spread concept that MP runs, the spread concept that Dime runs, all 3 of them are different. And at some point in time, Blaze is running spread too. So, you're talking about 4 different styles out of the same playbook. And it is a lot of homework, because each one of you, present different challenges with your personnel and just, your play calling. And so, this was a tall task for Cal Bear. I'm really interested in hearing from him at some point, what exactly his strategy was. But, he's going to have some time in the offseason to step back and take a look at what he needs to do to get better. Like I said, I don't think that it's personnel. I think he's shown he can win without it. But this spread playbook is hell.
Yeah. I mean, you bring up a very good point that I kind of want to illustrate for a lot of people that say spread is meta. Yes, spread is meta in this league, but the way people run it, like you alluded to, Philly, is completely different, right? Like you mentioned, VA Dimes is more of a trio offset week. He was more than willing to do the bubble screens and run the ball if need be, run some read options. MP is very heavy on the run. He is more than willing to run the ball with Jonathan Taylor more times than not. He's also more willing to go to like something like Gun Monster and double stack more than say Dimes or myself would. Blaze is very good at running the ball with that human joystick that he has on his running back and Lamar Jackson. So again, more focused on the run, but still runs a pretty good spread. And for me, I run a trade open offset, so it's more trips, but the tight end's just off the line. But I still will call different concepts and stuff like that. So for those that are saying, and there's been a lot of folks that have been saying spread is meta, it is, yes, in this league it is, but the way people run it is completely different. And you got to respect the differences that people run it. Now, I will say one key thing that I don't think any really of us have thought about as we're watching, again, VA Dimes play, MP play, Blaze when he does get chances to get the spotlight too. I don't think we all run it, like we all run differently, but we all haven't combined our concepts together. And that to me is the most dangerous part, is we haven't actually put our brains together and be like, hey, Dimes can run trio, MP can run monster, I can run trio open, all said. Like, let's take the concepts that we love out of each thing that, the other person loves and add it to our game. Whoever does that, Philly, I'll be honest, it's pretty much going to be unstoppable in this league.
Well, I think that's really what it comes down to, right? Is all of you, see the game differently. You have different personalities, you have different preferences and styles, you have different personnel. And one of the things that I think, even though people, they can call it meta now, I mean, spread playbook got its claim to fame by being run in Madden Underground. So it's not like this playbook is new to Madden Underground. The same people that are running it now, they were running it before, and it's an amazing playbook. But again, it's still something that I think that all of you, you guys all have your own special ingredients, and you guys all have your special players that you guys use and your favorite plays to use. But I think that changes every time a new Madden comes out.
Yes.
And so all of you are very attentive to what the patches are, what you can, what you can't do. Bigard talked about MP's record last season. The game didn't cater to his style in season 2, but it's catering to his style in season 3. So
yep.
He's definitely the number 1 seed, and he's that for a reason. It's not like it was a fluke, but I really think that that's the difference. Is just that it just depends on what the game is dictating, and all of you really just kind of make your play calling and decision making off of that. So I'm glad, because then that means that you guys can't sit together and put it all together at the same time. Because you're right, that would be hell. Yeah. That would be hell.
Yeah, I mean, even like you mentioned earlier too, the patch definitely impacted a lot. That was a nice move by Dimes. This could be another touchdown by Dimes right there with Joe Mixon. But the patch definitely impacts it. Like for instance, earlier in the year, I don't think a lot of people realize this, but you couldn't run the swing passes with no receivers on any kind of routes. Like if they were just straight blocking, you couldn't run it. Because the quarterback would get some kind of weird penalty and would force it to throw way behind the receiver and just throw it out of bounds or fumble it or whatever the case is. But you could, as a counter, as we see Dimes do a lot, MP do a lot, even sometimes Silverback and Blaze do a lot, is if the receivers are on routes, like you see, like for instance, that Y-off trips or something like that Dimes runs, if the receivers are on routes, you can throw the swing pass with no penalty, right? So like, again, that's difference right there. And you mentioned MP, again, we've seen him in season 1, didn't do the greatest in the playoffs. Season 2 looked a lot more hell. Has an ability on Jonathan Taylor, that makes a world of a difference too. So, and Daniel Jones is no slouch with being able to have some mobility in his legs too. So again, that's more of MP doing some adjustments on himself. So I would give credit to him as a spread book user as well. But again, the thing that people got to realize that I still want to kind of hit on is this playbook is difficult to master. It is not an easy playbook. And for those that think it's easy, by all means, come on, run it. I would challenge you to run it. But two, it's also hard to defend if you don't know what you're doing. And, we see in this game, Cal Bear has tried to make all the adjustments that he could, but Dimes is, like you said, Dimes has seen over G. He's seen Dollar. He's seen over Storm Brave. He's seen all these things. And right now, that's the difference, right? Like, I don't think Cal Bear has been as able to adjust to Dimes' offense at all, whereas Dimes has been able to adjust to him. And right now, you see second 11. I think Truz, like B-Guard mentioned in the podcast, that might actually come to an end because right there, second and 11. That's the downside of Truz. You take one bad loss right there, and now you pretty much start over from zero.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cal Bear had an opportunity.
Caleb Williams, second 11 right here. No Truz activated, so pretty much that strategy is pretty much out the window here. And it's going to take another sack right here. That's going to be DJ Reader once again. Coming in 3rd and 13 for Cal Bear. So at this point, Philly, you got to just try random stuff at this point. I think the element of surprise is going empty bunch. I don't think there's nothing you can do about this. You just got to try something and hope that it sticks. And that was a close one right there to get some first down right there.
Well, I mean, at this point,
Oh, he's on mute. So 1st and 10 for Caleb Williams and company. Going to throw out the flat pass to Evans. Evans fighting for his life right there. And it's going to be a 2nd and 7 here at the 3rd quarter. Again, Madden Underground Season 3 playoff action here. Cal Bear versus Dimes. Oh, we can hear Philly? Okay. For some reason, I cannot. Let me see if that's on me. Let me see. But 1st and 10 right here. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Put your fours up in the chat. So give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to let Philly guy do his thing real quick. And I'm going to try to see what's going on my end while I can't hear him.
Yeah, it sounded like our engineer just got back in the studio. So maybe he can make that adjustment for you. But, right now, I mean, Cal Bear's not going to win this game. He lost the element of surprise. Everything is predictable. It's just a matter of how do you want to go out. Are you going to be difficult? Are you going to be calling timeouts? Are you going to be trying to waste everybody's time? There's really not that much that he can learn from this particular loss because, it's win or go home. But I think moving forward, he'll have an opportunity, to take a look at what didn't happen in this game. Maybe he'll take a look at the spread playbook and, who knows? Maybe he'll draft a trade for some players that he feels would help him better defensively. But like you said, this playbook is hell in the hands of the right people. And if you look at all the people that actually use this playbook, with the exception of Blaze, who almost made it to the playoffs, everybody is a playoff contender. So, that just shows you the power of this playbook. And, it's a lot harder than it looks.
I think
it's a lot harder than it looks.
I'm gonna jump in for a second. I thought Cal Bear had a great game plan going into the game. I thought the execution of it, he got rattled early. I think that first interception turned the tide of the game in a huge manner. Because after that, his read, it wasn't the fact that the play wasn't working. It was his reads were terrible. Like he made a lot of bad reads. It wasn't the fact that, like I said, the plays weren't working or anything. It was just that he just made terrible reads. But he had guys that were open. He had opportunity to make plays. He just didn't make those plays. But I agree. The scheme itself is hell. I think against any other player besides Dimes, this game is totally different. But I think Dimes had time to do the homework. He had access to the, had time to go through the film, and things went a little bit different.
Yeah, and that's like you said, adjustment to the adjustment, and that's just what it comes down to. Shout out to Blaze in the chat. Speaking of which, no, we ain't doing that. At least I'm not trying to do all that, but again, good move once again, Joe Mixon. And again, we talk about abilities too. That's also a difference too. Joe Mixon and MP with Jonathan Taylor, those jukebox, those evasives, all that stuff comes into factor. And again, especially for Dimes in this case, Joe Burrow, hot route master. That makes it just builds. It's just levels. It's just levels on levels on levels on. Things that you gotta defend, things that you gotta account for. Again, like I mentioned, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, all those things, and we see it. B. James in Philly. This is what the result is. Doing your homework and adjusting to the adjustments.
Yeah, well, but again, you talked about the running backs. I don't think we talked about that enough. With the abilities that Dimes and MP have on their running backs, and we're only going to talk about them because they're the only two that are in the playoffs right now. Their ability to cut back on a read option or an RPO. People don't realize, like, the game isn't designed for that. So you either better have abilities on somebody or you're going to have to use that because, it's not even about you trying to take certain things away. It's about being able to take it away. And that ability just makes it so much harder because they can change direction with their running backs. And, again, there's some things that you can just lab it up all you want. But when you get out here on the field and then you got to deal with that in real time, it can be too much. So I agree with B. James. We were talking about it before. He just made some bad reads. The game got away from him early. But we saw what he was able to do with this Texans team. And, you're losing to the season 2 Super Bowl champion. Thank you.
Definitely.
It ain't no shame in that. I don't want anybody saying like, Cal Bear's a bad player. Cal Bear's an excellent player. Like, honestly, I even said it, in the last game of commentary. I could not do the same thing that Cal Bear's did with this Texans team. I could not do it. So to be able to take this Texans team to the playoffs, that's a feat in itself. And I think B. James hit it on the head too. We've seen other players like Memphis Doug, not had it at first, and then the reset happens, and then it kind of goes out the window, unfortunately for him. But again, that's more kudos to Cal Bear more so than anything. So it's gonna be interesting. Like I think BJ's hit this on the head. Season 1, at the end of season 1, the off season is huge, right? Like you got free agency, you have the draft, trades that he alluded to earlier as well. And you already know for Cal Bear, he's going to be scheming. He's going to be trying to find every way to get some kind of advantage, especially on the defensive side, to get some kind of abilities on his team. So I expect, and I don't know how you guys feel, but I expect this team to kind of be back in the playoffs in that Super Bowl hunt going into next year or next season.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, he had a lot of money. He spent it wisely in free agency. His team is vastly improved. Obviously, we're expecting for the game to reward him. Once we get to the Super Bowl week and he gets to see, who got a chance to get what abilities. And so, yeah, I mean, his team is going to be improved. I don't think he's going to be sneaking up on people. Obviously, he's going to have a tough schedule because he's going to be, playing that second best division schedule. But I think for you, the only thing you got to focus on is beating B-Guard. And I know we're about 40 seconds away, from hearing your response. So, this game is over. I'm just looking forward to hearing, you get an opportunity to speak and what you gonna say in response to those inflammatory comments that you heard from B-Guard earlier on the podcast.
Yeah, I had to tune in, and as soon as I seen B-Guard's face on that podcast, I said, he's gonna say something. Either Brian's gonna tempt him to say something, or Philly's gonna try to tempt him to say something. I don't think Snipes is gonna do it, but I definitely knew one of you two were gonna do it.
Wait, so I'm just some deviant? Like, what is this about?
You are a gold medalist in the instigation. So
that is 100% accurate, Phoenix. I can confirm that he has over 30 years of experience. Exactly. This man is a professional.
Professional, best of the best I've ever seen. Hall of Fame for sure. Now, in terms of B-Guard, man, I see all these things in the chat, saying like, oh, your soul is mine, and we coming for you, Phoenix, and all this stuff. That's cool. That's cool. But let's be honest here. The only reason you have the division, or you had the division before life getting in the way, you had a sim win that I couldn't play, and you had one really extremely fluky win that you got. So I don't think really, it's not like you really beat me. I don't think it's a skill thing. You just got away with it because Madden allowed you to win the game. So with that being said, you're a good guy, B-Guard. I'll give you that. You gave me my props, I'll give you yours. You're a good guy. But I don't think you're going to win. I think it's going to be a blowout. I like my chances. I'll probably say 21 point win in my favor.
So his privilege won't save him in your playoff game, is what you're saying.
Hey, whoa, hold on. Wait a minute.
You just said.
Hold on, Farrakhan.
Wait, hold on. Time out.
Hey, why you guys taking it there? He just said that the game gifted him a win.
Wait, hold on.
And I just said, said that his.
Hold on, Malcolm X.
Hold on.
What are you talking about?
Wait, hold on,
Louis Farrakhan.
What are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not trying to get us canceled.
Did you not say that the game gifted him a win against you?
It did.
And so I said, you're saying that his privilege won't gift him a win.
Oh.
And you guys try to make it racial. I didn't throw any colors in front of that.
Hey, whatever you say, privilege.
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
Automatically gonna sound a little.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem.
On that, I'm not going to agree with Philly's comment.
That is okay. Fine. Let me use a different word. What other, like with Dimes, we call it divine intervention. So what word do you want to call for B-Guard?
Luck.
Okay.
Fluke guard 21.
Luck. There's a lot of other words.
Guard, like.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's use his. Luck.
Throw it in the triple covers. Come down with it somehow. Guard. Okay. Like I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
So,
but yeah. With that being said, though. Before we're so I don't know where he was going to.
Or get canceled.
Before we got canceled.
Terrible.
My thing is this. Okay, before we can jump into the whole B-Guard Phoenix situation. I'm scared to even say Black Phoenix now. But so
let's talk about that.
But like I said, this I think people I think people watched the game and didn't really wasn't able to take in what they watched. Like if you watch this game, you saw Cal Bear got beat, Cal Bear got flooded, right? Okay, no. Did you see the manner in which the things that took place, in which the adjustments that were made? Yeah. Nobody else. I didn't watch. I watched the Cal Bear play all year long. Nobody else made these adjustments. Nobody else made the adjustments. Nobody else even knew what to call against some of the things that Cal Bear was doing. One, the QB draw. Half the league is going to cry about that or not know how to stop that. That's one thing. It's bubblegum or whatever, right? Then you have Cal Bear audibling into all these different sets. You know, that made a lot of mismatches, and people were talking about the flat route that was wide open and things like that, and it should have been covered, but you didn't. How could you cover it when you didn't have enough people on that side to cover it majority of the time? So that's another thing. You had and you guys alluded to was Don's run game. Cal Bear failed himself on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
It showed vastly that defensively he didn't have the talent that he needed to match up with this team. He didn't have a DB that could cover any receiver on Dime's team. He didn't have the D-line to match up with Dimes' O-line. He didn't have a linebacker or anybody in the box that could stop Dimes' running back. Right there, right? And then on top of that, his players were out of position every play Dimes called that had a spread or RPO concept to it. So defensively, Cal Bear failed himself in this game. Offensively, he threw himself out of this game because of the misreads. And there were other plays open. I thought he was forcing passes at certain times, but it's gonna be tough for Cal Bear to do this again. Everybody, he's gonna run. It's gonna be certain people he's gonna beat. He's just gonna beat because he's just a better player. But when he gets to that upper echelon of players, there's a playbook there. Now, the thing Cal Bear is gonna have to do is Cal Bear is going to have to reinvent himself as he did this season. He reinvented himself and came up with a scheme that was tailored to the team that he had. Now, what he's gonna have to do is during the offseason, go back to the drawing board and reinvent himself again. Come up, find him another offense or another, maybe in the same playbook that have that concept, but find another wrinkle to add into that scheme. So when somebody adjusts to it, you can go to it. But once we realize, okay, he's flipping. Once these guy goes in motion and it's over there, it's either going to be a pass play, and if nobody motion, he's running with the quarterback. It wasn't hard to tell after the first two drives. Dimes figured it out quick, So yeah, if Cal Bear, I like the scheme. The offense is nice. I just think you just need to add more to that concept and that scheme, and then maybe you can go a little further in the playoffs.
Well, I think I agree with everything you said, but I especially agree with the fact that he was too aggressive, and sometimes, like you said, without the things that he didn't have, he felt the need to be overly aggressive, and unfortunately, that's what actually flipped the game, because when we saw earlier, he was motioning Alberto, and you didn't know if he was running the passing. Yeah. But like you said, then he started getting predictable, and once you're predictable, that's what the great players are going to do, is they're going to lock in. But there's another point that you made that I want to speak on too real quick, B. James, is watching this game, it doesn't help you understand the levels as to how this game was being played.
Yes.
And if you just focus on the abilities, then you're not looking at this game at all.
You're not looking at the game at all. Yeah.
Right. Everybody was out of position, and it was an easy read. But for that reason, me and Phoenix were talking about, I'm not going to call you Black, I'm just going to call you Phoenix. Me and Phoenix, we're talking about how you have these different spread offenses. And so at this stage, with Don's familiarity with his playbook and his offense, you're not going to be able to break that down in 24 hours and figure it out. It's going to be too difficult to do that. Same thing with MP, same thing, Diggs doesn't run spread. You're going to have to put in a lot of time, and you're going to have to actually see it work. You can't just go into a game and hope for the best, because these offenses are way too complicated. So, like I said, I really agree with that point that you made about the levels to this, and you have to look beyond the score, and you got to look beyond the talent.
Yeah, definitely, because it's so many moving parts in these games that are going to be played in the next few days. You're gonna see things that you're familiar with, and then you're gonna see things that you aren't familiar with. And the thing that I've noticed about the Madden community in general is that when somebody runs something that they aren't familiar with, it's like they either demonize it or try to downplay it to make it seem like it's bubblegum. And a lot of these things are real football concepts, and the players that are playing the game don't even recognize it because they don't know football. They just know Madden, So just because you know Madden doesn't mean you know football. You can know what works on this coverage, because the players don't react in a particular way they're supposed to when you run this set. That doesn't mean you know football. That means you know Madden. So when somebody is implementing Madden with the football concepts, it's a work of art. And Cal Bear and Dimes did a remarkable job of doing so with their schemes in this game. And like I said, in Dimes more so on the defensive side, because he was able to, make the adjustment necessary. He gave you man looks, he gave you zone looks, he gave you man and zone looks, he gave you zone looks with maybe a dude, one or two guys manned up, and certain coverages that weren't supposed to be manned up in, and it led to interceptions. So it's just being able to do that, and if Cal Bear is able to implement that into his defense, it ain't no telling where he could do or where he can be next year if he puts the time in the lab again.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get to this Black Phoenix versus B Guard situation, because B Guard said, "You ain't got a chance, brother. It's it. This is it. This is the end of the road." You know, he said, "I called him out. I'll awaken the beast, and you don't have a chance. You got B Guard. You and B Guard are matching up in the next round." Mm-hmm. First off, when are y'all gonna play this game? We know B Guard can only play in the morning, and I think you can only play in the evening.
At night, yeah. So we'll have to figure that part out. Hopefully, hopefully tomorrow, if anything, because otherwise I'm out of town in San Diego. So, no, we are not doing fair sim. We are not doing fair sim. I will play this. I'll find some way to play this game when I come back in town. But to B Guard's point, first of all, it's the end of the road for you, brother. Like, you a good dude. You the man $100,000. But no, this is the end of the road for you. You're not gonna be able to throw in triple coverage, double coverage, and then come down with receivers and shit like that. So I hope you got a plan to actually throw some, I don't know, wide open passes. I hope you can actually have a scheme, because whatever scheme you tried last time was horrible. So let's see what you can do. I look forward to the game.
He said he'll get off work early tomorrow to whoop your ass. I mean, he didn't say whoop your ass, but I'm just adding that to it because that's what he should have said. But he said he's taking off work early tomorrow. That's good. Just for you, so he can whoop on you.
Listen, that's good. Get off work early so you can lose, and then go home and cry about it. It's cool. So,
no more luck.
Yeah, no more luck. No more luck. I look forward to seeing you on the field. You know, I look forward to being in the NFC Championship. Yeah. Probably facing Huncho. So
Huncho versus Fetty? Oh my God!
Were you writing off Fetty too?
Oh,
I thought this was just about B-Guard.
Yo! Look, I'm gonna say this. I forget Fetty too. It's so easy to forget Fetty, not because he's not a good player. It's easy to forget Fetty because Fetty forgets himself.
Forgetty.
Fetty forgets himself.
Y'all so disrespectful.
Fetty forgets himself. So he'll forget the offseason. He'll forget game time. He'll forget this, that, and the third. So if Fetty shows up, Huncho and Fetty could be a phenomenal matchup. Hold
on, let me make myself clear. Mm-hmm. I'm not disrespecting Fetty. Fetty does have talent. He's got skills. Mm-hmm. But if you remember at the end of season 2, Huncho, when I got in the league, Huncho said, "Phoenix, me and you in the NFC Championship next year. Let's make it happen." I said, "Bet. Let's make it happen." So he already kind of called me out and said, "Hey, I expect you there." So I'm gonna honor my commitment, do my part. So no offense to B-Guard, you in my way, brother. I'm trying to get to the NFC Championship and beat expectations from a real player.
A real player.
So, like I said, we'll see you on the field, B-Guard, but it's business as usual, brother. It's the end of the road for you. You had a good run. Thanks for the division. I'll take it from here. Thank you.
And with that being said, man, Phoenix will be collecting. We'll have those division payouts tomorrow, as we get to the start giving out those divisional payouts as players get eliminated. When you get eliminated, you get your payout. But yeah, so if hopefully you don't get paid tomorrow because that means you're eliminated. To everybody else, man, everybody that made it to the playoffs, hey, congratulations. You did a remarkable job of competing during the season, making sure you did what you did or supposed to do. To everybody else that is still in the playoffs, give us a show, man. I want some showmanship. I want to see some dudes talking trash. You want to get on here before you play? Feel free to get on. Let us know. You want to get up here and say a little kind words to the audience, to the people in the chat. You want to say something to your opponent. You know, make your presence felt in the Discord. Make a video. Post a video. Like C-Jack has been the poster child for making videos in Discord. Take what he's done and make it your own. You know what I mean? C-Jack makes remarkable videos to get you hyped up. You say, you know what, I want to play this dude. Cal Bear did something similar, and it was his rendition of him getting his opponent hyped up, and he went in there and beat C-Jack after hyping himself up and hyping C-Jack up. You know, so like I said, those dudes that post videos before they play, they seem to win. I'm just saying, you post a video, you go out there, you got to prove something to yourself and your opponent, and they win. You know, I see Jay Savvy, I'm mad you don't have an Xbox, because I would love to see you, because, hey, Jay Savvy, I'm going to say this. Jay Savvy got a similar offense to Cal Bear, but he's not making them bad reads. So, definitely watch out him on the PS5 side next week when we get to the playoffs. He's definitely somebody that you got to watch with those Broncos. And with that being said, we'll be back tomorrow with more playoff matchups. and more playoff matchups and more trash talk, you know. And Philly got the flash jacket on. What's that about, Philly? I just realized you got the flash emblem on.
Look, I'm feeling really compelled to respond to the 7-time Olympic gold medal instigation champion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the new trailer came out. You know,
hey, it was actually pretty dope, right?
It was really dope. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I'm gonna go see Ant-Man tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
go see
yeah.
Jonathan Majors doing the
I might do that.
thing.
That's something to do.
You know,
That's something to do.
That's gonna kick off the MCU. But
That's something to do.
yeah,
Okay.
man. Hey, yeah, that Flash trailer was fire. You know, I had to zip up, had to run out, run a couple errands. You know what I'm saying? Got back in time, like I said, listen to the 7-time Olympic gold medal champion instigator such as yourself. Break everything down.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I mean no one, no harm in my instigations. I just be trying to put fuel inside of you. I try to touch that inside that competitor is deep down inside of you that you say, oh, if I only had one more ability. When you I try to get rid of that guy speaking in your head. I'm trying to dig deep into the deep down competitor inside of you that says, you know what? F this guy. I'm finna go out there and whoop his ass. I want to see that out of everybody. Black Phoenix is a well-mannered guy, and he's talking about whooping B-Guard's ass. I like this. This is what I like to see. B-Guard was at work talking about whooping Phoenix ass. I like this. Jay Savvy not even in Xbox, and he in the chat talking about whooping Dime's ass. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I like to see that type of energy. I like to see that dog energy, that dog-eat-dog energy. I like when MP is posting his memorandums into the chat. I like when his essays and things like that. I like when C-Jack dropping videos. I like all that energy, man. So, like I said, we saw what Woody did yesterday. Woody had no chance in hell. He shouldn't even been in that game. He was getting flooded, and all of a sudden, that dog came out. And you know, it is what it is. I don't know if it was because it was Valentine's Day. You know, I don't know. But that dude was fighting for his life, and he almost won the game. Had he had 2 seconds left, he would have won the game.
Okay, so that being said, are you going to make any predictions now that all of these divisional matchups?
Now that
because you can advance right now.
No, I'm going to advance right now. And now that the picture is clear, we got Fetty.
Yes.
We got Honcho.
Yes.
We got Black Phoenix. Yes. We got B-Guard. We got Dimes. We got Diggs. We got Buzz B. We got MP. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with my dog MP. I'm gonna go with Dimes. I'm gonna go with Dimes. You know, I hate that. I'm gonna go with Diggs. I'm lying. I'm going with Diggs. Diggs it is. Sorry, Dimes. You had a great run, but I don't see you collecting that bounty tomorrow or whenever you guys play. It would be nice if you did, but I just don't think you could do it. I think you had a great run, and this might be it for you this season. I'm on the other side, on the NFC. I'm definitely going with Black Phoenix. I don't think B-Guard got a chance in hell. B-Guard likes to throw the ball a lot. Black Phoenix has a lot of coverage, fast cover guys. That's not a good recipe. You know, and Honcho and Fetty, in my opinion, that might be the best game. In my opinion. Because Fetty, if it depends on if we get locked in Fetty, he know what day of the week it is and he know who he playing against, then Fetty might win that game. No shot at Honcho. Fetty might win that game. We might have a new NFC champion, or we might crown a new NFC champion this season. But if Honcho does it 3 times in a row, he's definitely the NFC GOAT of the season. He's definitely the king of the NFC, especially if he wins to go to another bowl. 3 bowls in a row, he you know, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the bowl, but just getting there 3 times, that's an extremely difficult feat to do, to accomplish, you know. So for him to be able to do that 3 times, Honcho is definitely one of the most elite players in the league because he's gotten there 3 times, regardless of what conference he's getting in from. But he's getting there 3 times. It's hard to do that, you know what I mean? Like, I think B-Guard did it once, Dimes did it a couple of times. But to be consecutively going to the Super Bowl or going to an NFC Championship game, that means you're definitely tough at this year's or this version of Madden. So shout out to Honcho for that. If he's able to do it again, great. But I think it's going to be difficult. I think that's going to be the best game to watch, in my opinion, because of the matchup. Fetty, Honcho, Phoenix and B-Guard. I know it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a good game. But I don't know. I don't see B-Guard winning that game. Although I would like for it to be a good game. I think he's gonna throw himself out of that game too. I think it might be a little. If he's talking to me in the chat, because he was talking to me in the chat, and I wasn't even awake. I was asleep. So for him to be talking to me in the chat lets me know that I live rent free in his head. You know what I'm saying? During his game. So he was talking to me. He said, "Yeah, Brian James, you watching that?" And I was getting the best sleep of my life. I wasn't even watching this game. I didn't even know he was playing. I forgot he was even in the playoffs. But I was about to advance, and they were like, "Oh, don't got B-Guard too." I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that game." But yeah. So with that being said, we'll see who emerges from the depths of the NFC and who emerges from the depths of the AFC. But like I said, in my opinion, I think it's gonna be MP. I want to say Diggs in the Super Bowl. I want to say Fetty, Black Phoenix in the Super Bowl. I mean, in the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, and ain't no telling after that. I don't know after that. I got to see how they play tomorrow. But if y'all locking in, let us know those times, and we gonna get it in, man. We gonna make it. We gonna make it do what it do. But wish you all the best, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So make sure you got those notifications on. Hit that like, hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. If you in here watching and you like, yeah, I like what they doing, or I don't like what they doing, but I do want to play, visit MaddenUnderground.com. Register, get your name in our database so we can contact you, or just, hey, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up in the chat, whatever. But reach out. We definitely looking for more players, more competitive players. We got a lot of things going. We're gonna be starting up another league in a few weeks. So make sure you guys keep it locked. And we'll definitely starting up the fast money tournaments coming up as soon as this Xbox, the last season is over. So once we finish that, we'll be getting those fast money tournaments going, getting a new league going, and we still got PS5. PS5 got 2 more seasons left. So shout out to those guys. They got two more seasons left. They got this season and 2 more after this. So make sure you guys do what you got to do on the PS5 side, and we gonna get it in, man. We gonna make it do what it do. The money is guaranteed. It's locked in. So make sure y'all do what y'all got to do to get this bread, and we gonna make it happen. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and you guys have a good night.